Plaintiff Wilson Santiago says he and the defendant were friends who partied together and even did drugs together. However, a year ago, Wilson became a born-again Christian, and he's suing because the defendant borrowed money to hire an attorney after he was pulled over for a DUI, but he was never repaid. Defendant Javier Mendez says Wilson is a heavy drinker who was known for getting beat up in the neighborhood. Javier insists the money from Wilson was a gift, and therefore he refuses to pay.
Start with you.
Okay, Your Honor, me and Mr. Mendez have been longtime friends. We're basically friends from the cradle to the grave. We done partied together, hung out, going to clubs. We, dipped and dabbed in some pharmaceutical products and enjoyed ourselves. And me and
Street pharmaceuticals, no doubt.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we partied. We went to clubs. I literally
like Bear aspirin.
No, Your Honor, something a little harder than that.
Oh, okay.
Something a little harder than that.
Go ahead.
Me and Mr. Mendez used to go to clubs together, party. I used to watch Mr. Mendez take quarters, toss them down to the women, get their attention, and literally watch them actually dance.
Quarters?
Yeah, 25-cent piece.
That's old school. Where are they taking quarters?
Yes.
What women are taking quarters?
I don't know, but they did, and actually I seen them dance with them and go home with them as well. Mr. Mendez had a good gift to gab and a pretty good dancer.
Okay, so it wasn't about the quarter.
No, but it was just a means of getting their attention.
You better go to strip clubs today, Doc, because you're not getting anybody's attention with a quarter. Go ahead.
Well, Mr. Mendez partied and so forth. I since then grew that lifestyle, became a born-again Christian as of last year, November. And I left that behind, but apparently Mr. Mendez has not.
Still partying?
Yes, he's the original party animal.
Let me hear from you, sir. Give me some background.
Wow.
You over there sniffling. You didn't have a little of that street pharmaceutical today, huh?
Well, he's over here talking too much about being a Christian over here. Him not being a Christian is a drunk Christian, maybe.
Well, that's why he needs to go to church. He drinks too
yes,
much.
but the
That's
Bible
where
says
sinners
you could
go.
drink but not be drunk.
I think he's over here trying to promote me, making me look like a dancer or a partier. He's the one that calls me up that wants to go out and chill out with me, but it's not me looking for him, because he's well known in the neighborhood for being beat up, looking for trouble with his big mouth.
He gets beat up?
Yes.
Really?
He gives me a call when he's getting beat up, and this thing about the quarter, I don't know where he got that from, because I don't be throwing around quarters.
What do you throw around?
Oh, I don't throw around no quarters, though. That's not a way of going rapping with girls.
I didn't think so.
I've seen it.
Unless you're talking about the 40s, not even the 50s. I think you had to go up, they were up to $1 by the 50s. Yeah. Go ahead. Anything else you want me to tell me about yourself? What do you do?
I work in a barber shop, and from Monday to Friday, Wilson will come to my job and hang out, hustling for beer money.
Really?
And then after, for Friday evening, you wouldn't see him because he'd get paid. And then he come back Saturday broke again, wanted to chill out with me again.
Spend all his money on Friday night.
Spend his money on Friday, and then
come
freeloading on me during the week.
On Saturday, next day.
The next following day.
That's the pharmaceuticals, doctor.
Really, well, it's funny. It's strange. For a person that was broke, I was able to lend him borrow $1,000.
You're suing him about a loan for $1,000. Tell me about it.
Well, apparently Mr. Mendez was driving down from Clinton, Connecticut. I guess he was speeding. The police officer pulled him over. They charged him with a DUI. I took Mr. Mendez to my lawyer. He usually does it for $2,500, but since he's a friend of mine, he did it for $1,400. Mr. Mendez put $400 down on the table, and when I came across my money, I promised that, even though we weren't speaking, I promised to give him the $1,000. I'm a man of my word. I gave him the $1,000, which I had the receipt for here from my lawyer. And Mr. Mendez knows this was a loan, because I'm sorry, I'm not independently wealthy. I don't have $1,000 to give away.
Let me see what you have there.
Thank you.
What were the terms of repayment?
Well, the last time I loaned Mr. Mendez $1,000, he paid me back quickly because he lost a deposit slip for his mortgage. And since he did that, I felt no problems in lending him the money because he owns his own business, he owns a couple of properties, a couple of cars.
You tell me about everything but this loan.
Oh, well,
what were the terms of this? And this says a balance of $400, not $1,000.
No, that's what Mr. Mendez put down. I put down $1,000. My lawyer gave me that. He put down that's the balance that Jay owed was $400.
Right.
And yeah, I put down $1,000.
But you handed me something that said the balance was $400.
Yeah, that's the.
You're from your lawyer.
But Your Honor, it was $1,000 I loaned Mr. Mendez, and Mr. Mendez knows that I put down $1,000.
About what you handed me. I'll listen to you. Maybe he's going to be a nice guy and admit that it's what you claim it to be.
Well, that's a lie, what he's saying. And if you listen
What part is a lie?
that he gave me $1,000. He didn't give me $1,000.
I know, he didn't say that. He said he loaned you $1,000.
He let me have it.
I did not.
And
I'm sorry.
When
I'm
he
not
gave the money to the attorney.
Quiet, sir.
Let me stop. When he gave the money to the attorney, he calls me up and says, Jay, I gave him the $1,000. And here's $1,000 that I gave to him for all the times that you've been there for me. You've been there for me all the time, so here I am, and the time of need, I'm here for you. So.
When's the last time he asked you about this money?
He never did ask me for that money again until all of a sudden some went missing in my house, and I said, Wilson, you know anything about my laptop being missing?
No, you
and he
said that I took it.
And
Quiet, sir.
he got upset, walked out of my house. That was the last time I heard from him. Just because I said
When's the last time you discussed the loan, sir?
The last time I discussed it with him was July 5th, when I was supposed to come down and pick up some money from him.
2012?
Yes, sir.
What
and
was
that's all of a
discussed?
sudden he came up saying my laptop, digital camera, and a cell phone is missing.
Anyone have any other evidence?
No.
All right. Well, when there's not enough evidence presented by the litigants, I can go with independent evidence, which is the best evidence. And in this case, a letter from a lawyer. And you're the one that handed me this, where your lawyer says only $400 is due.
Yeah, that's what he was left to pay because I put the 1,000 up.
I know. That's what we're going to have him pay then. $400. I'm going to rely on the evidence you submitted that is signed by an attorney. All right? Judgment for the plaintiff for $400. Neither of you have any evidence contrary to what the attorney provides, and that's what I'm going to go with. Judgment for the plaintiff for $400.
You got it your way, but guess what? That $1,000 cost you a long-time friend. So enjoy it.
I think the judge did a fair decision. And
For the first time you came out on top. Okay.
and I'm all set with his decision. I'm satisfied.